Hey lovely people, welcome back to Coffee Mag, the mental health and wellbeing podcast. I'm Carlie, and as always, I'm joined by my beautiful co-host Elizeta. How are you today, my dear?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Excited to be here.
Yeah, same.
So before we start, guys, just a reminder of our disclaimer, which you've all grown to love. We are not medical professionals, and the knowledge we are sharing is based on the experience and research. The purpose of our podcast is to purely educate others and ourselves. Please talk to a medical professional or someone close to you for diagnosis and help. So, we're going to discuss psychosis today. So this is a quick overview of psychosis taken off the NHS website. So psychosis is when people lose some contact with reality. This might involve seeing or hearing things that other people cannot see or hear, so they're called hallucinations, and believing things that are not actually true, which is called delusions. I'm now going to hand over to Elizeta, who's going to tell us a little bit about schizophrenia and why it's linked to psychosis.
Thank you, Carlie. So, schizophrenia is a psychotic brain disorder which can be distinguished by its wide range of symptoms. Some of the symptoms include hallucinations, hearing or seeing things that do not exist outside of the mind, delusions, unusual beliefs not based on reality, muddled thoughts based on hallucinations or delusions, losing interest in everyday activities, not caring about your personal hygiene, wanting to avoid people, including friends. In case you have any of the symptoms, please contact your doctor or a medical professional to get diagnosis. The sooner you get diagnosed, the better. Concerning how to get diagnosed, there is no test, but you can talk with a psychiatrist or a medical professional and they will do their thing and they will find if you have schizophrenia or not. There is no cure, but the symptoms can improve with treatment, which is a tailored combination of talk therapy and antipsychotic medication. The causes are unknown, but most professionals believe that it is a combination of genetic and environmental factors. There are many misconceptions about schizophrenia. Many people believe they can make one violent or have a split personality, and that, my friend, is not true. People with schizophrenia are as dangerous and violent as people without schizophrenia. So let that sink in. As far as it concerns the demographics, according to the American Psychiatric Association, schizophrenia affects men and women fairly equally, but may have an early onset in males. Rates are similar around the world. People with schizophrenia are more likely to die younger than the general population, largely because of high rates of co-occurring medical conditions such as heart disease and diabetes. There are ways to support and help people with schizophrenia. You can support them with your love and help. If you're a family member or a friend, try to support their well-being and be as positive as possible. They really need it. Embrace and recognize their strengths because it's not easy to live with schizophrenia. Now I'm going to pass it on to my beautiful co-host Carlie, and we're going to talk about bipolar disorder.
Yeah, just before we start with the bipolar, thank you so much for teaching us about schizophrenia. I think it's really important to learn about the fact that you don't need to be scared of people with underlying mental health conditions.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel that there's something that people are instantly like, oh my gosh, I need to stay away. Not true.
Not true at all. And it's so bad that there are so many, I don't want to say lies, but like misconceptions about people with mental health disorders.
Definitely.
And it's really frustrating for these people. We need to be more understanding and open-minded.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't doubt for 1 minute that that's different with people with bipolar as well.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why we're talking about them in the same episode.
Mm-hmm.
So just to start, bipolar disorder is a mental health condition that affects your moods, which can swing from one extreme to another. It is used to be known as manic depression. Symptoms of bipolar include depression and feeling very low and lethargic, mania, feeling very high and overactive, while also being able to have mood swings or unable to control your fast extreme episode of bipolar disorders, which lasts several weeks or even longer. So the behavioural associated with bipolar, alongside the severity of these behaviours, can differ from one person to the other. So behaviour can be related, as we just said, to mania and hypermania. They can talk quickly and loudly and become difficult to interrupt and change the subject rapidly. Easily distracted from tasks, spends an excessive amount of money, engages in high-risk activities, maybe even gives away their possessions or leaves their job and makes rash business decisions. Overly welcoming, affectionate or tactile, awake and active for extended periods of time due to reduced need for sleep, noticeable increase in goal-directed activities such as starting new projects at home or at work, behaviour-related depression. A person with bipolar can also experience extreme lows, which can be included as things like becoming reclusive or distant, avoid challenging tasks, carelessness regarding to their education or employment, sleep more or less than usual, moves or speaks slowly and seems less animated, and eats more or less than usual. So I think you can see from this list that it goes from one extreme to the other. It can be like you're eating all the time and then you're not eating at all, or you're talking all the time and then you don't speak to anybody or for anything. So there are some treatments. So if a person is not treated, first of all, their bipolar can last, like the mania aspect of it can last anywhere between 3 and 6 months. Episodes of depression tend to last longer, which is 6 to 12 months. With effective treatment, these can last for under 3 months. So they're definitely, with treatment, they're affected drastically and definitely improved. So the treatments include medicine to prevent episodes of mania and depression. These are known as mood stabilizers, and they take them like every day in order to stabilize their moods. The medicine, which can also be treated for just depression, the idea that you need to learn to recognize the triggers and signs of the episodes, and psychological treatments such as talking therapies, which can help you deal with depression and provide advice on how to improve relationships. There's the idea that exercise and lifestyle advice will help. So doing regular exercise, planned activities you can enjoy, your sense of achievement, your advice on improving your diet and getting more sleep. And then most people with bipolar disorder can receive most of their treatment without having to stay or be in hospital, or even attend regular doctors and hospital appointments. So that's really, really good. Some of the useful charity and support groups that actually look at both of the conditions we look today are Bipolar UK, Carers UK, Mind, Rethink, Samaritans, Sane, which is spelled SANE, and then also just a massive group of talking therapies, which can be scattered around the UK, and they're also really helpful, particularly during periods of stability.
That is so interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think we can add those links to our website so people can access them. And it was so interesting, like learning about psychosis and schizophrenia and bipolar, because there's so many people suffering from these disorders, and it is, as we said, really important to know what it is, what is going on, and how we can help these people.
And just to not be afraid. If you know that someone has bipolar or schizophrenia, the last thing you need to do is be afraid of them.
Yeah.
There's no need to. They're just like us, or they're just like everyone else.
Yeah. And I just want to add to that, I was watching those crime like podcasts and videos on YouTube, like generally, like watching anything crime related.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a true crime fan.
You're a crime junkie.
Yeah, I am. And I was listening, and I was reading the comments, and some of the most well known, I don't want to say well known, but like the murderers that we know.
Yes.
Most, like,
Yeah.
I don't want to say names, but you know what I mean. Like the most
the ones we've all heard of.
Yeah, murderers of history. And they all suffer from a disorder. Most of them, at least. Most of them. I'm not going to say all. And I was so surprised to read the comments that people were like, oh, yeah, they had schizophrenia. That makes sense. Or they had, like, bipolar disorder. It makes sense.
Of course they murdered people.
Yeah. And I was like, no. No, absolutely not.
No, definitely not.
It's really annoying when a disorder adds stigma to a group of people, and it's very upsetting because I know we live in the 21st century and we learn so much from the internet, so many things, but still we refuse to open our brains and be more like, okay, this is not true. Like, oh my god, how
people
can
should just be more accepting, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so surprising when people still are stuck with old-fashioned ideas
and ideologies that are just like, you're a bad person because you have anxiety, or you're a bad person because you have bipolar. I'm like, no, that's
absolutely
not the case.
And I'm glad that we are shedding light to this kind of topic, and it's not controversial to talk about mental health. and there is nothing wrong with that.
And I think that's why we do what we do. We just want people to be like, oh yeah, I'm going to join these two girls and have a chat about mental health. Because that's just what we want. We just want people to feel comfortable to come and chat with us, just to hear us talking about our research and what we think about it. Because we're trying to be as open as possible.
Yeah.
And we're trying to learn so much from this. And I really think we have.
We definitely have. This is our 11th episode, and I think we have grown a lot as a group, as a team, and we have reached the point that we are now. We have explored so many different aspects of mental health and mental well-being, and I'm hoping we can reach a little bit more.
Oh, definitely. We definitely can.
Yeah. And it's not bad to talk about mental health. It's not bad to be honest, and definitely not bad to be open-minded and accept that people are different.
That's so true. Everybody is different.
Yeah.
And we have to share the love, guys. Share the love.
Of course. And don't forget, please be kind to the people that you meet for the first time, or you see your friends, your family. Be kind. It costs nothing. You never, ever know what that person is going through. They might never tell you. So just be nice with them. They might need it. Smile. Like, there's nothing wrong. Do you know how happy I am when I go for a run or around a walk and the person that I pass beside, that I have no idea who they are, and they just smile at me? It makes my day. It's just like, it's contagious. Like, you smile to someone, they smile back, and that is such a nice thing, especially the times that we live right now. We need this kind of kindness. We need this kind of love.
Yeah, definitely, because there's not even a communication side of anything. You don't have to be like, oh, I've had to communicate for 20 minutes with Doris down the road. It's not there at all. We're just asking you just to smile. Yeah. And I feel like if you can do that for us, actually, please get in touch and just be like, I smiled at these people today. And actually, I think you'll realize it actually makes you happier too.
Yeah, it comes back and forth. It just like bounce back.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, and it's one of my favorite things, like when I'm running, and also when I open the door for the post or any packages that we have, and I'm like, oh, have a lovely day. And I enjoy it because like they don't expect it. And that is something that shouldn't happen. You should expect to be nice to people. Why should be surprised when people are nice?
Yeah, 100%. Niceness should just come naturally.
Yeah, I mean, I am kind of surprised when people are nice to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, why are you nice to me?
I'm like, what have I done?
Yeah, like literally. I know I talk about that, and I try to be nice to people. When people are nice to me, I get a little bit frustrated. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
And I think that it's something that I need to change. And I know.
Yeah, because I think if everyone starts being nicer and everyone starts taking that time to think, oh, actually, if I can smile at this person, if they smile back at me, it's going to make my day. I feel that the more people are doing everything they can to be kind, the more people are going to get used to it. And it's not going to seem weird. It's not going to feel frustrating if someone's kind to you for no apparent reason. Yeah. You're going to be like, oh, this feels good.
Yeah, literally. And I'm also still surprised. I shouldn't be. I know I shouldn't be. I say all this stuff. And I mean them, but I also need to teach myself. Like I say it, I'm trying to evolve every day. But when I hear small acts of kindness from other people to other people, I'm like, oh my God, that is so nice. And the other person's like, well, it's human. It's like the least you can do. I'm like, I'm still surprised. I don't know. It's gonna be a little bit controversial to say that, but I feel like people here really kind.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I'm not saying that where I'm from, they're not nice, but I feel like it's a little bit more, people are more difficult, you know?
Yes.
And being kind is not so easy to find. Like, kindness is not so easy to find. That's why I absolutely love it here in England, and I love the people, and I wouldn't change anything for the world, like literally. And that's what I wanted to say is that I'm used to a different kind of behavior, like daily behavior around people. And now that I'm here and things are like kind of different, I'm like, oh my God, wow. Like,
yeah, 100%.
Anyway, I think
I do like that aspect of it makes you happy. I feel that it's definitely like a warming thing for us because we're like, oh, we're making the people happy that are coming to visit or coming to, do you get what I mean? Yeah. I just think it's really nice. Yeah, and I don't know. it just makes me happy that you feel welcome and you feel like, oh, like people being kind,
Yeah.
which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, I'm so grateful. I'm honestly so grateful. And yeah, sorry, it was just like a really long talk that it was like expression of thoughts and feelings, burst of energy, I don't know. And yeah,
I think it's good. I hope that this discussion has put a smile on your listeners' faces.
I hope so.
I feel that's so important. Like, guys, please just smile with us.
Yeah, smile. And don't forget, take deep breaths. We have said that so many times in this podcast. Take deep breaths, drink water, go out, enjoy the sun. The weather is starting to get better and better every day.
It is, and that's exciting too.
Yeah.
And I just think if you can guys, just look out your window, like we said the other week, just look out your window, try and find one thing that can make you smile or one thing that you're grateful for. And I just think that will drastically improve your mood too.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to another podcast. Please don't forget to reach out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You can find our personal socials there as well. And say hi, share your thoughts, just DM us, whatever you want.
Please do, guys. We love you so much.
We love you. Have a lovely day. See you next week.